Hello ladies, hey, what's going on? It's me, and I'm coming to you with an update to let you ladies know what's going on. Some of y'all was like, Mona, don't take long, please. And so I said, let me give them an update. So as you know, today I had to go to court because I filed a motion, an emergency motion for the juvenile case with Symphony to be moved to the circuit court. And for those who do not know, let me just basically show you. There are 3 courts in the same building. There's the juvenile that deals with like the kids and custody and visitations and child support and whatever is pertaining to any child that's under the age 18, under the age of 18. Then, hold on, I'm sorry. This is the juvenile. I can't see with the J. And then there's your general court. The general deals with the civil side of things. It deals with landlords and all of this other stuff, civil suits and everything. And then there's the circuit court. The circuit court is the highest court, and it can overshadow any of these things. Well, if you guys have not been paying attention, I have been dealing with, this is the J, I've been dealing with Matthew and his 3 attorneys. Matthew has 3 attorneys. He has a older attorney who's the head of the firm that's representing him. He also has he's like a younger guy, about, I want to say myself and Matthew's age. And then there's also a female attorney that's representing him. And I think she's about maybe a couple of years older than me. Well, while I'm dealing with this with Symphony, you got to keep in mind my father-in-law, slash landlord, is giving them all information. Well, at least the 2 that I met, but I never met the 3rd attorney. Anyway, while we're dealing with the visitation, and they went ahead and awarded me a guardian ad litem. A guardian ad litem is an attorney for Symphony, and so that's the 3rd attorney that I'm dealing with. So they gave me favor for that, but it seems like he's been teaming up with them or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Anyway, so after dealing with this court right here, I then have to go all the way over on the other side to the general because myself and Matthew are being sued to get out of the house because we're both under a lease agreement that we have with our landlord, which is his parents. And his parents use this same attorney. Matter of fact, his parents are using 2 attorneys to represent him over here. In which, if you guys know anything about landlord and tenants, that is a conflict of interest. And so what I've done is I took it to the high court, and I filed a lawsuit against my landlords because they have been giving information over in the juvenile domestic court to hurt the case. So what I needed for the juvenile to do is I needed to put an emergency motion, and I asked for this court to go up here. And today that motion was denied. Yes, it was denied. But let me tell you what happened. So I walk into court, and I hope you ladies got your tea. At first, I was in tears a little bit at first, and then I started to laugh at it and said, okay, Lord. So I walk into the court, and you have to understand that the attorneys that I'm going against, like I said, it's, you can only see the back of their heads, all of them lined up, including my so-called husband. And I went in and I said, hello, Your Honor. Because, anytime you go into court, you have to make sure it's your turn to talk. Because I filed the motion, I told the judge what was going on and how lawyers have been conspiring on both ends of the courts. And there is now a complaint in the circuit court. And I'm asking that this case with my daughter be taken to the circuit court because these lawyers, they broke the rules, it's unethical, and I also reported them to the bar. And the only thing that his lawyer had to fight upon was, I just filed an motion a couple of days ago, and that was for a motion for sole physical legal custody, in which that was denied, which I'm like, okay, fine. I needed that because people don't understand is that when there's a visitation in place, you cannot leave the state. So if I decided to go to D.C. or Maryland or Georgia, I cannot leave the state because of his 4-hour visitation. So my landlords purposely did that on purpose. It's like a cat trying to hold the mice tail. you can't go nowhere. We gonna kick you out, put your husband in his own place, and all this other stuff. Yeah. So anyway, when I told the judge that, at first he wasn't going to listen to me until I told him that I did call the district attorney, and I told him about what's going on. And I did call. I left a message, but I called. And I will be writing letters until I get in touch with him. But I did put in the message about what's been going on. It's to the point where his lawyers and everybody is just tired of seeing my face, because every time they turn around, I'm filing motions. So anyway, his attorney says, she's been difficult. She won't even give him back his 1099s. She won't even give him his instruments. They keep talking about instruments. I'm like, you're talking about some guitars, and I'm sitting up here talking about the evil things that you guys are doing in court, and nobody wants to bring that to light here. So, and then he says, I wouldn't give him his 1099. Hello, Matthew is the one who vacated. He is the one who left us. He's the one who changed the bank account. He's the one who left. And so I brought it again to the judge, and I said, Your Honor, you see what's going on. And so the judge tried to say, well, I'm not the person here that's supposed to say who did what wrong. All I know is that I can't do da-da-da-da-boom. So my motion was denied. However, I was, a little bit like, really? So he denied the motion. I said, thank you, Your Honor. I left, and I went and put in an appeal. When you put in an appeal, it goes before the circuit court in front of a judge in the circuit court. So I'm praying in the mighty name of Jesus that is what's going on. So what's going to be happening this Friday? This Friday, now after dealing with this court right here, now on Friday I have to go into the general district court now, and I have to have my grounds of defense on why we need to stay in this house. First of all, when I went to the circuit court, I added that a part of my lawsuit, that for us to stay in this house until due process, because my landlord is a conflict of interest. And so yes, I do have a lawsuit. One thing that the judge did say today in court, he was like, he said, who filed this? Did you file this or an attorney? Because the paperwork looked flawless, y'all. I said, I did, Your Honor. And so he was like, well, if you would have had counsel, you would have knew what not to do. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, Your Honor, my husband has left, changed the bank account, took all the money. I'm sitting up here trying to make do, and I'm representing myself as an attorney. It's like I'm playing attorney. I have to read. See, this is what people are not understanding. If I have $500 every hour to give away to an attorney, then yeah. But see, I think what's really upsetting all of these attorneys is that because I'm not representing, because most attorneys would be like, well, my schedule, I'm off here. What about your schedule? But me, I'm like, I'm just going at it. And everybody have to stop what they're doing to come down and see about me. So Old Bones himself, which is one of the head attorneys, had to come down. He reminded me of that guy off of Color Purple. She got that nasty woman's disease. Legs look like baseball bats. Because he's all like, Miss Hines is just so difficult. And I'm like thinking to myself, you sit up here talking about 1099s, instruments, and I'm sitting up here talking about the conflicting and unethical and the legal abuse that's going on, and I'm bringing this before a judge, and the judge is still like, so I'm like, okay, so when he went ahead and he denied it, I just went ahead and I appealed it. So it's going to be going down to the circuit court in front of a judge, and I'm praying that this judge is going to be saying, okay, let's do this. And I'm going to tell y'all something. No matter what you're going through in your life, no matter how big these giants look, they do fall. And I have to keep reminding myself, and I have people calling in and certain people speaking life into my situation, and I'm constantly praying and asking God to show me certain things, and He is. And so no matter what the doctor says, no matter what the judge says, if there is a will, there is a way. I have no idea how God is going to do it, but I do know one thing is that He's in control. The other night I had this dream, and y'all, if you've been following my vlogs for a long time, then you may understand what it means. I had this dream that it was a plane and I saw the passenger, it looks like a pilot or something. He was ejected from the plane. And when he was ejected from the plane, I can see the earth. But I knew that this pilot was landing in water. He was not landing on earth ground. He was landing on the water. So I had a sense that he was going to be okay. And so when he was when this pilot was ejected, it looked like a dummy, but it was a pilot. It was a co-pilot. It was ejected from the plane. And as I was looking at the earth, and I saw the water, and I saw the earth around the water, I just knew that he was headed straight to the water. And then I remember looking up, and I can see a 747 flying over it. And I saw it double. God showed me that double. Now remember from the beginning of this, and I said, Lord, I need you to land this thing. God is telling me, Mona, I'm going to take care of you. And you're not going to get hurt. And when you land it, it's going to be okay. Because you're not going to be impacted. You're going into the water. You're going to be fine. And I felt that. And God showed me this twice. And he showed me this about 3-4 days ago. So some of you ladies are facing things in your life when somebody told you that you'll never be able to be pregnant, never be able to carry full term. You might be facing the same deal with me in court or whatever your giant may be. You just basically have to put on the armor of God and be still and know that God is with you. So, again, I have to go to court again on Friday. This time, I'm bringing my baby with me because back and forth, and it's just been something. I'm so ready to move past this and be into an atmosphere of peace. And I sometimes wonder to myself, Lord, why am I in this? Like, what did I do? And, sometimes I have to look like, what is he preparing me for? I've met women in the courthouse, and I remember, I don't know if I said it with the other thing, it was a Spanish lady. She was crying when she came out the court office. And I said, don't worry. Today's a messed up day, but tomorrow it'll be better. It's going to get better. Watch. And I asked her, do you understand the paperwork or whatever? Because I'm like, shoot. Look, I got my own issues, but honey, if you need me to speak for you, let me know what's going on. I will be like, Your Honor, I am not an attorney, but she just gave me authority to speak for her. And so, yeah, and I seen another lady, she was an African sister, and she was talking about, she was crying because her husband for 25 years been beating her, and she's been trying to get a divorce, and so she had like a semi-divorce thing going on. And so, it's there comforting people and telling them it's going to be okay in the midst of what I'm going through, right? And I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes it's scary because you're just like, okay, I am sitting here like Uma Thurman, I'm like, clap, 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 clap. I'm doing a backward flip over here. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, you get. Y'all remember Street Fighters? Oh, you get. Clap, 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 clap. I mean, it's just so much stuff that's going on. But I have to remember that God is in control. And this is the thing, is that the righteous shall inherit. He is there for the just. And I'm like, if I didn't do anything, Father, I've always looked at myself as being a good wife. I've always wanted to go above and do above and exceedingly things. I mean, y'all can understand, for Christmas time, I made sure to get gifts for my landlord / in-laws on behalf of Matthew, even his sister and her husband. And I guess it kind of hurt me too, because when the law firm sent the information about the notices on the door, her husband put it on the door. I'm like, how? This is crazy. It's like, as soon as I had my daughter, it's like that devil, we know he didn't like it, and he's using everybody to tear and try to tear me down. But I'm like, there has to be a reason behind this. And so I try not to focus on what's going on, but try to look past the better blue skies, butterflies, and sunny days, and things like that, because, excuse me, y'all, it gets to a point where you just like, enough is enough. And I'm going to have to ask myself this too, like 70 times 77. That's how many times the Lord says to forgive. My love for my husband has really changed. I'm kind of disgusted. I am disgusted at him. it's like he send the wolves for me, and he just sits there and smiles. And even though he may not be whatever, like today when I saw him, he's shaking hands, joking and stuff, and I'm like, Dad, boo, like, you really don't care. I mean, and that type of stuff to me, it's not love, but that type of behavior is dangerous, because if you can go to the extent of looking at a judge and saying, yes, put her out, and don't even look at your child, if you can go to the extent when you have all of these wolves around your wife and you don't even care, it's like, dang. But I'm going to tell you something, though. I know I'm giving them attorneys a run for their money. They like, this woman still won't fall down. Stay down. And I know a little bit in back of my landlord / father-in-law mind, he's just like, jeepers, I didn't know she was, this chick was, because I'm coming and I'm not playing. So no, a lot of y'all like, just run. What am I going to run to? I'm not no slave. I'm not going to, what am I going to run to? You have to stand your ground, and you have to know, and you have to fight the good fight until there is nothing else left. That's all you can do. And so, yes, the other day when I was like, got the child support, I put a motion for that. And when his attorneys tried to fight it and say, $100, I'm like, no, I subpoenaed his bank account. He eating good. He at Applebee's. He's going places. I mean, he's doing everything he want to do. And then we're sitting over here trying to make do, and still tithing. And so, I'm just like, forget it. I'm not saying forget it. So, like I said, what happened today, I went to court. And the judge said, I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to let it pass this time. But next time, if you file a motion, then they're going to pay what good. It'll be in a circuit court. So this will be a different time. And I'm going to ask that my fees be paid to me. Because I've already asked before that I'm self-representing and that he needs to pay for his own attorney. But all of this evil stuff that's going on, you can't tell me that you want to ignore that. And so they don't understand. See, I want to know how to subpoena things. And I'm not playing. Because when you came into my life and messing with my child, what am I supposed to do? Well, whatever they want to do. No. If God don't send somebody for you, it's a reason. Because he wants to work through you. So, I'm going to say everybody that whatever situation you're going through, you better become the best that you can be. Put on your game face and start swinging them swords. God didn't give us the ability. Whatever the mind can believe, the mind can achieve. And I'm just like this. I believe the victory is mine. I believe that God is going to cover this situation. All of the praying, all of the fasting, all of the calling out to the Lord, none of these things are in vain, okay? Giants do fall. And I'm going to tell you some real stuff too. When my Goliaths got delivered with their paper, guess who delivered it to them? David. And if you don't know about your Bible, David did. And so I am claiming victory. And I'm sorry, ladies, that Mona has not been on here because I've been behind the computer because, like I said, I'm in 3 different courts here. I'm in the juvenile, I'm in the general, and I'm in the circuit. And then you know this too. As soon as I went to file for sole physical custody, the guardian ad litem saying, you moving to Maryland. I'm like, who told you that? It's like they want to keep a ball and chain. And I'm honestly believing that my husband needs to find out who his biological parents are. And the reason why I say this is because he is adopted. And I feel like they might have done this to his mother. I don't know. People, this ain't their first rodeo. This is not their first rodeo. And so when the judge says something like, I survived, you need to get a lawyer. Pay for my lawyer then. Give me a lawyer. But to be honest with you, everything that I've done right now, filing motions, going to court and everything, that's pretty much $15,000 or however you want to call it right now. The head honcho, he wanted me to pay $835. I'm like, we just got awarded child support. They approved me for assistance, so you want me to pay what? So anywho, I'm just letting you ladies know how today went. I am not defeated, but I'm going to go back to, and I'm going to regroup in prayer. God is with me, and if God before me, can't nobody be against me. And I'm stepping up. Hello, Your Honor. Ramona Hines representing South. And I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it going until the wheels fall off. Because what's going on right now is completely wrong. So I'm praying for favor come Friday. Because like I said, come Friday, I go into court about the whole eviction thing. And, you know, but I already went ahead and filed suit about that. So I'm praying that the judge would just throw it out and see that it's conflicting or whatever. And then after that, you know, I'm just praying, Lord, I'm just ready. Symphony's getting so big, y'all. She's the apple of my eye. I love my baby girl, you know, and I can't stand my husband for what he's done, but I'm grateful that he gave me her, you know. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, when do you stop loving somebody? When, honestly, in my flesh, I want to say, man, that dude, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Him or my landlord. I don't even trust my dogs and cats. And the thing around that, and for 4 hours, my daughter's going over there, and she's coming back home. She's not eating. She's real whiny, real clingy. I could tell she's been crying. And it's selfishness, because it's like they don't care about how their granddaughter feel. They only care to get the ball running. But these are 4 attorneys. My landlord / father-in-law, being an attorney himself, he knows better. You know better. I couldn't find his VSB number because, I was ready to report him to the board too. And I'm like, everybody want to mess up my house and home. So I'm like, okay, then this is what we're going to do. So Mona went from TTCing to blogging 40 weeks to go. Now I'm in court. I'm in court like clack, 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 clack. Oh, you get. But I'm still here, and I have a smile on my face. I'm about to get into the vortex. I'm about to get in my vibration. I'm about to praise the Lord, and I'm about to know, like I know, that everything will turn out. This too shall pass. So whatever you're going through, whatever situation you're going through, I don't care what it is, it will pass. Stay and fight the good fight until your last resort. And when the Lord says retreat, I'll take over, then hey. But if He's using you, then you stay and you fight the good fight. Ta-ta for now.